Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday evening to you. At least that's where it is where I'm at. Happy Sunday morning to some of you. Good to see you. Welcome to tonight's Messages of Love from Above. Just get my cards all set up here and we will get into things. Let me break out my chat here, get my desktop all situated, and we will get going. All right. Set that to live. I think we should be good. All right. Yep. And YouTube says we're live too. So you got to believe him, You got to believe him. So good to see everyone. Before we get into the readings, let's send some love out to the world. I just am enjoying sending so much love because, of course, there's so much going on in the world and upheaval and fears, igniting people fighting against one another and all sorts of stuff. So there's plenty of that out there, but it just takes a little bit of unconditional love from one person that helps. When we do it all together, it multiplies. So that's what we're going to do. So whether you're watching live or even on replay, you can join together to send love out to the world because unconditional love is truly outside of space and time. That's just a human construct, right? All right, so let's take some deep breaths and just come back to right here, right now, letting the outside world fall away for a moment. And one more time. Beautiful. Of course, as I hit the singing bowl, let's just let the love fall down into us, fill us up, and flow out to the world. Here we go. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Let's just put that back here. Let it finish out its little song there. Hey, God's daughter. Hey, Daisha, Dolphy's Diva, Ateshi, Johanna. Hello. Shout out to one of my YouTube channel members, Johanna. And hey, Mia. Good to see everyone. Thanks for being here. Before we get into the actual readings, of course, I got stuff to share. I like to make sure everyone's aware of all the free things that we have available on the channel. We have a new podcast coming out tomorrow, a new episode. My podcast of From Chaos to Cozy. This one from last week was about drama and words, and then a new one will be tomorrow. So if you want to catch up, the playlist is also listed there. And I started a new series that I'm going to be, well, I don't know if it's a series. It's a new type of video that I'm putting out. We'll put it that way. I'm going to call it Astrological Zenergy. For now anyway. Right, Dalai Lama? But for now, we're gonna call it that. This one was about retrogrades and in general, and then I'm gonna have some videos that I put out talking about different types of retrogrades. This one zeroed in on Mercury and Saturn because we're in the middle of a Mercury retrograde, and then we're in a pre-shadow for Saturn. I think it's like June 20th, somewhere in June. We actually go direct, full-blown Saturn retrograde, we'll be in that for a while, and then we go into its post shadow. So it talks all about that here, and I'll be putting out various ones. We've got a lot of planets going into retrograde. Don't know if you know, we spend like half of our life with planets in retrograde. So it's not, as big of a deal as sometimes it's made out to be, right? But all the focus I have on them is Zen energy. So it's how to use that astrological energy, how to make the most of it so we can remain Zenful instead of chaotic during those energies. So be sure to check that out if you're interested. Speaking of course, eclipses, we've had that. Um, we had the lunar eclipse, and then we just had the solar eclipse. But eclipses can impact us for 4 to 6 weeks before and after. So it's still going to be impacting us for a while because we just had it last Monday. So this also talks to you about how you can make the most of eclipse energy. And then, let's see, I think this will be the last one I'll share here. We also put out a Taurus season pick a card because we go into Taurus season next week. So happy early birthday to you, Taurus sun babies. I think we have like a full moon alert that I put out next Wednesday. So I had to do it a little earlier than normal, but it gives you time to look at it anyway. But for you Taurus sun babies, you do have a 3-month forecast in there for those, and everyone else gets a pick a card. And then Monday, I will be putting out, I'm starting back up my monthly um, monthly readings, card readings for each individual zodiac sign. Those also are going to include the astrological Zenergy. So I could give a month kind of overview of some of the important energies Spirit wanted to talk about. And then throughout the month, I'll zero in and have videos that deep dive further into each one of those. And then you have a card reading where we break out and get an overall energy for the month for each individual zodiac sign. And then we break out into the 4 minor arcana, which is a cool thing. So we do have that comes in there if you're, you know, if you're interested in those. Keep an eye out. They're all launch Monday. All right. Hey, Brooklyn loves cake. Hey, you're not alone. And welcome. Thanks for being a new subscriber. Yeah, and so for anyone new coming to the channel, how the readings work, free readings, I go down in order, first come, first serve down the chat. The chat is the list. There's no special list. You just pop your question out there. It's easy breezy. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows what you want. We'll pull cards. They'll bring a message. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and prioritize those. I step out of the free readings, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for the donations, and then I return back to the free readings and work my way down through there. To make a donation, you can use the super chat. Also if you look at the description box of the video, it has my Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, and Square. So we've got all those in there too. Yeah, so I think that's it. So we'll get into it. I'm going to switch back. I've been using different tarot cards this week. I'm going to go back to these tarot round original here. And so we'll do this here and we'll get started. All right. Very good. Hey, Tia. Absolutely. My pleasure. So we'll get into here. And if you ask just for a free reading, I'll do a general unless you have a specific question, and then you can put that there too, or general if you want to specify if you want a general. All right, so we will get started here. We have a few donations, so we're going to start there. So first off, we've got Mia, and then a couple from Johanna, and then Michelle. Thank you so much for your donation via the CashApp. So you'll be up after that. And yeah, so we'll take there. Perfect. All right. So Mia, let's start off here. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love and a like since it lets me. And hello. So do we see feelings in F's heart for you? What kind? You are brave. Let's take a look here. So let me just give these a shuffle and let's take a look. So what feelings in F's heart for you? What does Spirit want you to know? All right. And what kind? All right. Anything else? Okay, that one. All right. All right. Well, starting on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ace of Wands. So there's passion there. We also have the Ten of Cups. So there is emotion and joy underneath the surface there. And then the Page of Wands. So it's like there's emotion, but it's in between a passion sandwich. That's funny. But that's what they're saying there is like somewhere mixed in there, it's like you're tasting some sort of I don't know why they're showing potato chip dip, and you're like, is there dill in here? It's like is there emotion in here somewhere? There's a hint of emotion, but it's mainly what this passion is overwhelming there. So we'll take a look here. Yeah, I mean, they've got to have feelings there. I mean, they got the Ten of Pentacles. So there are feelings there. They've got this. The Ten of Pentacles is one of those relationship cards looking at fulfillment of life, and it's full there. Yeah, and even, you know, you got the Temperance card and the Two of Cups, which is a important relationship card. The Temperance card, kind of overshadows this though, because it's like, well, I could see eventually, you know, and they have the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind and, you know, mental stability here. So, we have a lot of stuff that's, popping in here, but I feel like the reason why it takes so long here, this Four of Swords is really, you know, being prominent, going, they would have to put all those swords on the wall, which represent our fears, our expectations, expectation equal disappointment, our heartaches, all of that stuff. It's, the Three of Swords has the heart with three swords, you know, kebabbing it, a heart kebab. And it's like, this is what holds them back, from everything. They they focus on passion, they hide a little bit of emotion in there. They do see the outside world. I mean, they see that you would be a wonderful partner and, they have all this that's there, but they're just I don't know why they're such a scaredy cat. Um, but it is, in here they answered me. They said they're afraid of endings, They must have had a lot of, you know, okay, yeah. I go, give me a clarifier. They get the tower. They had a lot of people suddenly leave their lives, whether it was people passing away when they were younger, or people moving away, people breaking up with them. It was always sudden, like out of nowhere, psh, bye, and they were gone. And it was a lot of suddenness, a lot of sudden endings, a lot of sudden deaths. And so there's this fear of exposing their heart because they have this belief that, when you attach to something, you lose it, because they've had it happen like a lot in their life. And so they have this belief. But what's, of course, interesting is that when we have the belief when we're younger, it's the belief that we have, even the Two of Wands on the bottom, whatever we focus on, we go, I really like that. Can I have some more of that? So a lot of what has happened was self-fulfilling prophecies, you know, and some how do you call it? Self-sabotaging of things too. So they've got that fear that they have to face of that, because that just it stops the whole shebang. It just doesn't allow them to move forward in that. So but that's what's there, Sounds like a lot of drama and drama. Hoot hoot, jump aboard, drama train, you know. For you, where you're at in your life, it's like, do you have that much energy and time, Mia Mia? No. All right, but that's what's coming in for them there. So many blessings to you. All right, and then Johanna, thank you for your dual donations. Let's get to the first one here. Let's give that some love and a like there, and greetings to you. Have your psychic abilities increased lately? You've been getting a lot of knowings lately, and you wonder if you're sensing stuff more. Oh yeah, I can guarantee that. Guarantee it. There's just been this, energy that's been going on, and we're coming into the age of Aquarius, and there just seems to be something that's, really igniting around us, expanding things. And I know that like it kind of started last year where um we started having more access to our subconscious. I used to say, well, it's like 90% subconscious, 10% conscious. It went like 11 to 89, and it activated a lot of connection to some like Akashic records, and has brought stuff to the surface that got exposed. It's like, if you ever have like an earthquake on a coastline or something where it suddenly uncovers old artifacts. That's what I feel has kind of happened, in life, right? Right? It really is happening. You feel that, right? And I do see, yeah. So you've really moved, and here's the knowingness, the master of knowing, and the high priestess on the bottom of the deck. So definitely this is a affirmative with what we're talking about here. High priestess, of course, being the psychic, one of the most psychic and connection to spirit, and then the king of swords with that ace of swords sees things from a higher perspective, connects to the higher knowing, which allows us to cut away smaller teachers and human misconceptions, right? So you definitely, with those, yeah, no doubt. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. So you've been moving in knowledge with the Knight of Swords here. So you were on a quest for higher knowledge. And there is this, like, because you desired it, because you were focused on it, because you've been using it, it's also been growing. So, they have that too. And also with you transforming a lot of emotions over this last year, especially transforming lower vibrational emotions that were taking up energy to higher knowledge and higher vibrational things, has also allowed, more of your energy to be less subconscious and into the conscious world, like bringing the subconscious into the conscious world, if that makes sense. So I like that. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah. Yep. So, you got these three cards came out together, the King of Cups here, which is the balancing of the heart and the mind, right? And then you've got the Six of Cups, which is my past life connections here. So I feel like if you haven't accessed look doing like past life readings for yourself and others, I feel like that is something that is available to you too. A knowingness that comes in with, being able to pull cards and see the story unfold within. It's like watching a movie that unfolds here. And yeah, you got the three of pentacles, the creativity moving into the outside world, and becoming more in tune with your true authentic self too. So this balancing energy of these three together, definitely supports that too. And then these other two cards here, what do we got? What do we got? Yeah. Yeah. So confirmation. So you have peace of mind. Here's this, mental stability coming in, and the three of wands about using your energy and switching directions, with that too. So with new knowledge and new awareness, I feel like you move to like having a knowing to acting on the knowing, right? And there's a difference between having instincts and feeling gut feelings, and but letting the mind decide anyway, and then seeing what your gut said happened, right? And so I feel like you've been having that happen over this last year too, where you've been like not testing it, but just validating it, right? Where, okay, so I feel that. Let me just see what if that's true. And lo and behold, you're like, how did I know that? You're like, wow, okay. So that's what happened. And then, it's like, all right, here we go, and now you're like going, all right, I trust it. So I'm going to start acting on it more. And I feel like you've been doing it, but I feel like you're like entering this. All right, I'm going to act on this. I'm going to speak up. I'm going to say things. I know it's scary when you first do that, but it's like, you know what? The more you use it and the more you differentiate the difference between your uh, ego human voices and the one true voice, the whisper of love. It's like that one is never wrong. That one is always right. It's always loving. It's always true. The others, it's like, and so you learn the voice. It's like being on a conference call and you hear a bunch of people talking, and when you spend a lot of time talking to one person off outside of the conference call, when you're on the conference call you pick up on their voice more clearly. That's interesting. But that's what they're kind of showing you there. um was there something else? Yeah, yeah, using it, right, and allowing it to, come forward and to put action, around it too. Hey, Maria, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just started about 15 minutes ago, so I'll be here for a while. So absolutely, you can do that. So I like that coming in there for you, and yeah, the past life is definitely something, and yeah, yeah, and channeling, and it's all energy. Yeah, it's all energy. Um, it's all comes through the same. It's how we express it. Like doing Reiki and energy work and channeling people from other sides, card readings, past life readings, um, whatever else the spiritual gifts are. It's all channeling of the energy. It's just how it's expressed into the physical world. So once you have this connection aligned, it's just a matter of how you want to share it. And so you can connect with all of them. So I love that. Yeah. Beautiful. I like it. Yeah. So definitely right on the money there. You definitely are. And then let's jump into your second one here. Let's give that some love and a like there. And thank you for your additional donation. I want to know, has Jay been thinking about you since we last saw each other? Are his feelings more on the platonic side, the friend zone? Let's take a look here. Whoa. All right. uh, maybe not. So the bottom of the deck, we have the lovers card here. Don't really feel like it's platonic feelings, especially since, well, so have um, you been on his mind? Yeah, you got the Page of Swords. So there is the mental, the new mental thoughts, the clarity, the activity, mental activity there, and you know, also we got the Knight of Wands and the Six of Wands. So there is passion there as well. And I feel like it's equal passion though, with those. So, you know, I just feel like there's this energy of the, you know, uh, definitely attraction there. It's a very important relationship, but it's not just platonic and not just friends. It's it feels like there's different things there. So I like that. May just take a little bit of time. I know we don't want to see that, but we got the Temperance card on the bottom of the deck, so it does take time here in the Moon card for them to share their deep emotions. There's a lot of emotion with the Moon card there, so I like to see that below the surface because it's showing itself as attraction, energetic and physical attraction, right? With all those wands, But the Lovers card, you know, being there, and then Temperance and the Moon card shows there's a lot of emotion. It's going to be taking some time for it to rise to the surface with that. So, yay, right? We always like, oh, patience, yay. But it will unfold in its perfect timing. As always, the more we work on our raising our love vibration, that's what speeds things up in our life. It's interesting that, like, if, when it comes to relationships, one person can be higher vibrational and life seems to be speeding up and coming fast, where people with lower vibration, life is going so slow, it feels like it takes forever. Even though it's the same 5-hour car ride, for some people it flies by, for others it felt like it was 15. And it's interesting because it has to do with our vibrational energy, and people are like, oh my God, it took forever. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's this time of the year already. Oh my God, where'd the day go? I have so much left to do. And they're like, oh, it took forever to get here. Like, oh, well, you know what's going on there, right? So very interesting. All right. So that's what they have for you there, Johanna. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And then Michelle. So Michelle will be up, and then Maria. So Michelle, thank you so much for your donation. And I think, Michelle, did you give me an extra donation like last week? I was in a I think I was doing like a late night session to finish up the free readings, and I got a donation, and I was like, I didn't know if you had done that, because otherwise you have a credit. So, for an additional, for the future, if that, was what was going on there. All right. So, Michelle, thank you for your donation after all that, blah, blah, blah. And so you wanna know, okay, so you're still in love with your ex. Oh, I know. Those bastards. It's hard to let them go, isn't it? You blocked him a few months ago. His birthday's Tuesday. Does he ever think about you? Okay, let's take a look here and see what's going on here. All right. So, what does he ever think of you? What else would Spirit like to know here? I feel like that one and that one and that one and that one separate over here. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. So, Michelle, I do see here, I mean, the bottom of the deck, we do have the world card, which is, they're in the cycle of ending things in their life and beginning, and they're in a big transformational stage. So, but I do see here that, the feelings that they have, that they do, you're on their mind, they have emotions that are still there, there's still passion, but there is heartache. These are the first two cards that came out, and so, there's a lot of this energy here with, the Page of Wands. It's like at times, they do think of the things and they think of the pain. And I know it's like, well, you brought us to this situation, but they don't see it that way. It's amazing, whenever you hear stories of friends, like mutual friends, and like, yeah, they were like da 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 da, and what a horrible person you were. And I'm like, what? I gave him a place to stay. Do this, and I'm the horrible one. And you're like, just made you realize that the people see through their own eyes and their own, filters of their life conditioning and all that. So they have some pain that gets sparked there. And they had the King of Wands, which is the, bridled passion, but they still have attraction that's there. They still think of you, you know. Um, and then this is where I was saying like that they're on your mind, that you're on their mind, because you have the King of Swords, which is the master of communication, but the of the mind. But they also have all this emotion of the Moon card coming in, and then the Tower card too, the suddenness, you know, like you said, you blocked him, right? So it's like they in their mind it happened so quick and all of a sudden and out of the blue. Where did that come from? What happened here? And you're like, what? Did you not see all this? Did we not communicate this? And but it just shows you how, you know, um, how everyone's so different, and the vision we have of ourselves doesn't match the visions of everyone else. There's this great Facebook post I read the other day that talked about, there's everyone we meet, everyone we interact with, anyone we catch eyes with on the street or at the store or whatever, everyone creates a version of us in their head that doesn't match any others, definitely doesn't match ours. And when you realize that, you're like, "Yeah, I have no idea what people think of me." And it changes by moment and their experiences and from person to person, moment to moment. And so there's a lot going on in here with their thinking here. So they're trying to move on. They're trying to have this movement, with this world card of trying to end old cycles, trying to let the pain go, trying to let the connection go, trying to let emotions go, trying to let passions go. But, they've got some fears here, some, you know, uh, pain that's, you know, like, sparked in there. So, even though they might act like a tough cookie, the cookie can crumble, and, especially if there's spilt milk. That's fine. What's your spirit guides? So, whatever that means. But they have all this going on. That's a lot going on in there, right? So, you just know that you did impact his life and that he wouldn't be feeling all these things if he hadn't cared and doesn't have love and connection with you still. But he is trying to move on. He is trying to move forward and end those cycles and doing those things. So hopefully that helps. But I don't feel this feeling in this, if you're like, well, do I wanna get back together with them? I don't feel that. I just don't feel like there's this, you know, draw that's coming in here. Yeah. 2 cards came out. 2 of Cups, which is relationship, and 3 of Wands is a different direction, altering course. So, I feel like that's what they're bringing in here is like, yeah, it's definitely, to move in a different direction, and, I do feel like you have marriage in the future with someone else because you do have the Wands card coming out here, the 4 of Wands, which is joy, celebration, but marriage, and the 8 of, Pentacles, which does show, that you I don't know if we talked about the caterpillar and the butterfly where, you know, there's 2 caterpillars and like, "Hey, let's go into cocoons and we'll come out butterflies, and oh my god, the things we're gonna do, the places we can go, blah, blah, blah," right? And so you jump into your cocoon, you go through the transformation that takes time, and you totally evolve and change and turn into this butterfly, and you struggle to get out of the cocoon, and you do, and you're, like, looking around for another butterfly, and all you see is this large caterpillar who is all they've done while you've been in the cocoon is eat more leaves. And when you're like, "Well, I thought we were gonna do this," and they're like, "Well, it seemed like it was too much, and then I saw these leaves, and then I was hungry, and I thought, well, I'll do it," and then it just time got away from me, and so I'm still a caterpillar. And I actually have an emoji dedicated to this, which is this one right here, which is, It represents a butterfly does not carry a caterpillar around. And it's like the butterfly says, I can't go undo myself and become a caterpillar again. And I'm not going to walk around and wait for you while you're going to cocoon and transform because it doesn't look like you're interested in that. And so I got to go do butterfly things. I'm not going to carry you. I'm not going to even carry my cocoon, leaving that behind. And caterpillars take forever to go anywhere. They're but a butterfly can go on a migration of 1,000 miles. Caterpillar was like, I can never do that in my lifetime. So it's time for the caterpillar to move forward to do caterpillar things and then let the caterpillar do caterpillar, the butterfly do butterfly. And that's who you meet, in the future as a butterfly. And so it's someone who has transformed and it's more compatible for you. So that's what's coming in there for you, Michelle. So hopefully that resonates. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. All right. And then Maria P., you are up next. So thank you for your donation via the PayPal. All right. And your question is over here. So let's take a look here and see what's going on with David. Just going to take a quick sip here. All right. So we'll look at thoughts first. Okay. Then here's feelings. And these must be what he thought of your text message yesterday. Oh, okay. All right. Let's see what this is about. So thoughts. So his thoughts are transforming here, which is a good card, the Six of Swords, letting go of fears, moving to something more like from choppy waters to calmer waters, seeing things more clearly and from a higher perspective. And then the Queen of Pentacles, they do see you here with, someone who's very nurturing. Also, there's sensuality there. Wah, wah, wah. And then this birthing and this harvest type of energy that comes in here. So I feel like their idea of you is transforming, and we'll see what that is. Yeah. Oh. Ah, very good. So, I do feel like, this is how these are their thoughts of you, and looking at that. Um, and then intentions is what we want to look at here. I don't, they have the Seven of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is a fruit. And this is like their intentions are, well, I want to grow something, but it's taking a long time. It's like they're not very fast about growing things, right? It's like, that are coming in here. So, it's like they're wanting to slowly grow. They don't like rushing, into things. Let's see what he thought of your text message yesterday. All right. Well, I like the text message. We got the 10 of cups that's coming in here. So joy, celebration, overflowing with emotion. Um, we've got both the Six of Cups and the Seven of Wands. Six of Cups is this kind of connection. It's kind of my past life card that represents, this connection that just feels deeper than this lifetime. It just feels like there's so much more, and it's difficult to understand why, but it's because it's past lives that you've had together that binds you guys together too through those emotions. And the Seven of Wands is like this bright, shining light, and it's no need to the defensiveness or anything. It's like shining bright and not asking permission to shine and not dimming light. And I like this. They're like, you're being yourself, and I think they like that. So whatever you shared, it just feels like they're like, All right, you're not afraid. You're shining, you're being yourself, and they like that. Yeah, so all good here. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ace of Pentacles that's coming in here. So overall, it's seen as abundance, new opportunity, growth. But I feel like it's a seed that's planted, and it just feels like it's like they want to watch it all grow, um, and they want to take their time. I feel like if they've rushed in the past, that's a big piece of things too. You know, it just seems like it's, um, whenever he's rushed and people rushed him, it's like red flags. Oh, no, don't look at those. Those are just carnival flags. And it's like he finds out later. Oh no, they were red flags, all right. Now I know why they were trying to rush me. And I understand when I rushed, I also missed things. So I'm going to take my time. And that's what I feel like they are. They just want to take their time and allow things to unfold. And it's, you know, in the progress that it goes. So feels very positive. I mean, it doesn't there's no alarm bells going off. um Well, eventually, that 7 of Pentacles, slow, 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 right? So they'll make a move, but it'll be later. They're moving at really a slow pace, right? So, whoops, that's what it comes in with that, right? It's like, okay, as long as we don't rush and rush, 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 and try to, come on. Otherwise, that's like, it scares the rabbit off. So, yeah, no rushing. Just enjoy the journey, enjoy the process, enjoy who they are. Try to, if it's going too slow for you, you just look at yourself and you go, okay, what of my self love, what of my self worth can I work on? What thoughts and beliefs can I let go? What emotions can I let go that don't serve me anymore? What, energy can I cleanse? What around my, physical environment can I, purge and cleanse too? And it's like you focus in on that because it's as you raise your love vibration, time will seem to go faster, instead of feeling like it's dragging, right? So that can help. So that's what's coming in there for you. So there you go, Maria. Thank you again so much for your donation. Enjoy your adventures with David. Absolutely. Very nice. I like it. Yay. All right. And Michelle, if you're here, I did complete your reading. And then I think you said, yes, I did, was the answer to my question of that you had made an additional donation. So if you have an additional question, or we can keep that for another time and you can just remind me, hey, Bretta, remember, I got a credit. Here's my question, Uh, so, and then, just to do something like a bunch of, dollar signs or something to get my attention so my eyes will draw to it. All right. You are very welcome. All right. And I think that's it. That is for my donations currently. So we will. Actually, I'm just starting the free readings. And yep. So you haven't missed yours yet. Yours is up above here. All right. So we are moving to the top, and we've got Ateshi Singh. You're the first rereading coming in. You wanted to know who's crushing on you. So let's take a look here. Who is crushing on you? All right. Well, you've got Aquarian energy here with the star card, but it's kind of like this dream come true kind of individual. But I know whenever I say all that and then like, "Shh, shh, shh. No, 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 don't say anything else. Shh, shh, shh." Well, we got the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight out of them all. So I feel like it takes some time they are a slow mover. It takes some time to share it and to act on it, because they just want to I feel like they wanna get to know you more. It might be someone that's not so much, that you've known a long time. It's like someone you just barely kind of met and interacted with a little bit, and so they wanna spend more time getting to know you before they, uh, admit their crushiness on you there. So, I see that they're, being Aquarius kind of energy, they, definitely, uh, m you know, air sign, so very much thinkers and analyzers, and so they're definitely looking at those things. So that's what they have coming in there for you. Right, Ateshi? So many blessings to you, and hopefully it gives you a little bit of a hint. That's part of having the secret crush, right? It's like, okay, let's figure it out. Let's go on the scavenger hunt. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. Oh, very good, Michelle. Yeah. Yeah, it is difficult getting over them, right? But we just take our time, and it always, eventually things just start to be less painful, less reminders. And if you feel like you want to break off some energy, you can also do a ritual, um, where you can take like two candles. They can be tea light candles, or it doesn't have to be like whoa, but just two candles. You can write initials on each one of them, your initials and their initials, and you can take some sort of string between them, and you can either cut it, and that act of cutting allows the energy to separate, or you can well, you wanna light the candles first, of course. Sorry. So, why use a candle if you're not gonna light it, bruddaZEN? But, and then you can either slice the string, or safely set it on fire, and it'll burn and separate it. And then you can either blow out their candle or blow out yours to represent your energy leaving. Whatever you feel resonates and feels like it'll help release. It's your energy, your action doing it that helps put that energy and helps the disconnect, if that makes sense, right? All right, so that's I'm glad that hopefully that helps. All right, and then the next free reading was Doll Face Diva. You wanted message from spirit. Let's see, what do they have here for you? All right. All right. What does spirit want you to know right now? All right. So an interesting story unfolding here, because you got the King of Pentacles, you got the Knight of Cups, and you got the High Priestess. And the story that just like hit me when I was looking at this is this grounded King of Pentacles is sending this messenger of love to the High Priestess, which is you. And so I do feel like you're going to be getting a message of love from an earth sign, or someone very grounded, someone very prominent in the physical world, because of all the pentacles, the king. And I like this energy. It's someone who's very solid, and maybe a little bit too connected to their definition of their worth to the physical world. I feel like they're learning that more and more, but I feel like you'll be able to give them some perspective on that too. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Four of Wands, marriage card, la la la. So I feel like there is, someone there, and I don't have a sense of timing on it. I feel like it just was that, spirit wanted to make sure you're aware that there is marriage in your future. There is someone that will send messages of love, someone who is, very grounded, very solid, possibly an earth sign, like I said. And they bring it to you. And so I like that. I like that for you. And that's what they wanna be able to share right now, Dollface Diva. You know, "I want more of the story," but that's all they are willing to share right now. So, there we go. So, many blessings to you. And then Daisha Rogers, hello, hello. So, general reading of what you need to know at this time. Sure, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know right now. All right. All right. You know, you have the Three of Cups here, which represents celebration, your posse of support too on the, heavenly realm. It's about community in the physical world though as well. So there is this gathering together that just really, with the Page of Wands, it gives you a new excitement about life. So it's kind of like this twofold. One is the spiritual realm where your spiritual posse of support is preparing you for an energetic upgrade with this Page of Wands. So you're going to have this expansiveness that happens within your spiritual type of your energy. And then on the physical plane, you meet, if you don't have a group of that you consider your tribe, you'll end up meeting at least two people who you just feel like all three of you are peas in a pod together, where you just get one another and you have the same types of excitement and goals and things in life, and you just even parallel lives in a way. uh, and this Page of Wands is that they help ignite this excitement for life, and they drag you out to go do things, and they make you want to do things, just because of the energy that comes together with you guys. So I like this that's coming in here for you. And that's what they want you to know at this time, that you're not alone, that you definitely deserve to have these individuals, come in, and this connection with spirit too is an important part of the process. So there you go. So many blessings. All right. And then Sarita Kisku, you would like a love reading. All right. Let's take a look here and see what we've got here. What does Spirit want you to know about love, love, love? All right. Okay. Well, the good news here, you got the Empress card, which is new birth, sensuality. So I do feel like there is a love headed your way here, because you also have the Eight of Pentacles, which does represent putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, doing all the work. You know, um, it's like all those pentacles are turning like a giant clock. It's like, here comes, things are moving forward. You're getting ready. Oh, hiccup. Sorry. It scared me. You're getting ready. It's like when those huge clocks that have, when it hits a time and things come out and put on a show, it's like, it's all mechanical. This is what they're showing me in my head, that it's the time is unfolding and the gears are starting to turn, and you can feel it, you can sense it. Something's changing in the air, something is about to appear, and this is what's coming in here for you. So it is very positive. I like it for you, and I feel like it's like sooner than later with what's coming in. So I like it. So that's what they have for you right now, Sarita. So many blessings to you. All right, and then God's daughter, you are up. Hello, hello. So you had a dream and you don't know why you had it. So why did you have it? What does it mean? The dream that you had was that it was nighttime. You were sitting on your bed in your room, shuffling cards. Oh, okay, but your room was very dark, that it looked like a psychic bedroom. That's how your room looked, and there you were shuffling cards. Okay, what it means, or why did you have the dream? Sure, let's take a look here. And you're not asking to interpret it. You're only asking if you can tell me what it means, or why did I have the dream? Yeah, the dream. I feel like what's coming in here is there's this this energy that it's an opportunity for your subconscious mind, to bring up a fear to look at it, right? And I just feel like, like and they're bringing through the meaning of it, so I just have to tell you. So you may not want it, or you're like, you don't have to, but they do want to tell you that it has to do with your fear being found out, of that you're doing cards, that there's this fear, and that's why it feels like you have to do it in the dark, you have to do it in the shadows, and you have to do it in a bedroom is a very private place. It's like I have to keep it concealed, I have to do it in privacy. I can't do it out. I have to do it, secret, 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 Yeah, and you even have here's the Queen of Cups on the bottom, which is all about, um, you know, she's one of the most, empathic, psychic individuals like the high priestess. And even have the Nine of Cups on the bottom, which is, a dream come true. Like it feels like this, like you want this uh, cards are like a calling of yours, like a dream come true that you'd like to share it with others and um, be able to, um, you know, help other people, help bring messages, starting with yourself and then with friends and then others. And so I feel like that's what and the darkness too, like if you feel like you're not good at reading cards, the darkness is like my I have an opportunity to lighten to, it's like enlightenment. I have an opportunity to bring light to this, where I feel like it's still in the dark a bit. I mean, like, how they say, I'm in the dark about something. I'm not totally clear on it. It's like, well, the light turns on and then it's like, oh, I understand now. And that's right. I feel like when you're saying you're not good at reading cards, it's in the beginning, everyone's brain gets involved, right? And it's like we try to figure it out where we look at it and go, well, there's this on here, and the mind is going, this must mean this. And it's like, uh-huh, sure. But it's when we want to hear from spirit through anything, it's through the heart, not through the head, right? Um, in fact, like when I get done with readings, I very rarely remember a lot of detail about the reading as I get further away from it, because it came through like a printer cue, and it just comes through and it comes out, and then it's done, right? And it purges, unless like I'll remember a reading, as many readings as I do, every weekend, and the stuff that I do throughout the week and everything else. To remember a specific message would be really hard to do, but when I remember one, it's because spirit goes beep and they bring it back, going, I think we talk about blah 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 blah. And they're like, yeah, we did. And I'm like, that wasn't me. So, to say all that is just to say that, practice and doing it, looking from the heart, not, when we're in fear, it's very noisy. When we're sitting in love and we start with cards asking spirit, what do you want me to know right now? And then you can look at the cards and see what interpretation comes through and what it feels like. And you can even journal things and just see, and it grows over time. And the more you raise your vibration from lower vibrational fears to higher vibration of gratitude and unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, that's the vibration of creator, of the spirit world. And so when we're there, we can hear things more clearly. When we're down here, noisy, it's like someone whispering to you in a loud bar with the music blaring at its highest volume. You're like, what did you say, sandwich? And they're like, I didn't say sandwich, but so, hopefully that helps. Yeah. All right, so that's your message for you, God's daughter. All right, so many blessings to you. So that's why you were having the reading the I mean, that's why you were having the dream. Ultimately, that's what you were wanting to know is why? Well, it's because your soul and your spirit team wants you to face the fear of doing that. And what are you fearing, right? And to be able to express it. And that's why it's coming up in your dreams because there's a great amount of fear around it. Okay. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. And all right, let me just look down here. Da, 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 da. All right, so Brooklyn loves cake. I love that. Cake, cake. So you want to know what is something very important coming soon that you don't know that you should know? All right, let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. What unknown thing does Spirit want you to be aware of? All right. All right. So you've been waiting around for something to grow fruit here with the 7 of Pentacles, because that's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And you've been tending it, watching it grow. But the thing that you don't realize is that you're going to get some fruit from whatever you've been trying to create or that you've been investing energy and time and things in and then you look at it, go, "Well, is that what I wanted? Did I really plant a kumquat tree? I want guacamole. I wanted avocados. Hmm." So I'm not sure why. You're like, I thought this is what I wanted, but I don't anymore. And there's this new passion. This Ace of Wands comes in. So I feel like it's something that you have been kind of pining on wanting to do this the thing that's been fruit growing and it's like you've had it in your head for such a long time that this is what I need to do and what I want to do and blah 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 that it just feels like there's no other option. This is what I'm wanting to do. And then you get the fruit and you're like, huh, where's this fulfilling feeling I'm supposed to feel with this? I don't feel it. And then you're like, "Oh, wow, this was your mind, supposed to's and shoulds and need to's, someone's dream that they gave you." And you're like, "Okay, I guess this is my dream," and you just had it for so long. But this Ace of Wands is like, Shazam! Comes out of nowhere, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I now that I know this isn't what I want, I know exactly what I want, what my heart wants." And it's this passion that strikes, and you're wanting to change directions with that. So hopefully that makes sense, but that's what's coming through for you there. So I like that. All right. And then Tia. So you have a question. You worked in the pharmacy field. All right. And this guy named Keith is making all sorts of comments. Wow. Is this person trying to get me fired or do they like you, right? He likes the creativity. Do you see you moving? Oh, sorry, that's someone else. I just saw the TIA and the TAN. So 10, you'll be up next. So Tia, let's take a look here. What does Keith? What's their motivation? What's going on with all this commenting? Do they think that's attractive? Or are they trying to do it here? All right. So, we got the 10 of cups. So I feel like they like you with the 10 of cups. The reason of the, all sorts of comments, the devil card is, the Saturn, Capricorn energy. And I feel like they it's funny. I feel like if they are a Capricorn, that would be hilarious. I just feel like they've got this kind of Capricorn personality where they're all about the work, they're all about things, so they might come across a little bit, even though they're a earth sign, they do a lot of thinking. They're in their head a lot. Very intelligent. So they might come across a little bit unfeeling, uncaring sometimes. But that 10 of cups ain't lying. They do like you and they do have those things. And so whenever they're telling you stuff, I feel like they're trying to, I don't know if necessarily flirt, but they're trying to interact with you and that's the only way they right now they know how to, and you're like, you can just ask me for if I want a cup of coffee with you or something. You don't have to, make all these comments. Um, so I like it. I like it. It seems like they like you. So, just give them some grace with their communication. They're a bit in their head, and they don't express very well from their heart right now. All right, so that's what's coming into you. So many blessings to you. All right, and then 10, you'll be up here. Let me see. Whoops, my mouse is going wild here. All right. Oh, he watches you from afar. Yeah, yeah. So I feel like he's interested. Um, he does like you, definitely with that information there. Let's see, God's daughter, you said something else here. Yeah, God's daughter, I feel like it's if it feels like it's something that you're drawn to, like it feels like it's a wish of yours to be able to do that. So, um, you just need to step beyond the fears with that. So, yeah. All right. So many blessings to you. And then 10, Hopkin, you are up. So, um, you like the creativity? Oh, thank you. And so do we see you moving? All right, let's take a look here and see. Do we see you moving? All right. Yeah, I see here that it's not necessarily fated that you have to. It's up to your power of choice here. Whoops. With the 2 of wands. Because this is whatever you focus on is what you draw to you there. And you've got you've got some fears with the 9 of swords, and the 10 of wands is a lot of energy investing in some ending and some beginnings. So it is supported here. You just have to kind of look at what are your fears, if you're I feel like spirit is going just the energy around moving, it wants to be, I wanna move towards something. I don't wanna be running from something. And so if you feel like you're running from something, then definitely look into your fears of like, what am I fearing? What do I have to run from? And then it changes the energy from something very burdensome to something more Ace of Wands, where it's like this energy and this energetic type of excitement instead of like, I'm fleeing somewhere. No, I'm headed towards somewhere. There's a difference you see in those energies. So I do feel like that movement is definitely possible. It's a choice with this. It's not something, it's like if you move, you're still going to learn what you need to learn. There's no, at this time in your life, an absolute, like, no, you have to be in this place to learn this thing and to have a fate happen or something. It's not there. It's like, yeah, you can move if you want, but they're saying just be aware, don't be running from something, be journeying towards something instead. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, and that's what they have for you, Tan. So many blessings to you. All right. So we answered those. We answered those, and that one, and that one, and that one, that one, that one, that one. Oh, hey, Alice, I didn't see you. Shout out to another one of my YouTube channel members, Alice. Thanks for being here. Good to see you too. You too, Mia Mia. Enjoy your Sunday. So, Alice, you wanted to know why, how did Fernando start thinking about you again? You wonder if it's because he found your Instagram. Oh, okay. Well, let's take a look here and see why and how did Fernando start thinking of you again. All right. Let's see. What is this about here? All right. Oh, some cards come out here. Just put some of these back in and they're coming back out again. So, why they started thinking about you again? They had a nightmare. No, I'm just kidding. But But this is the nightmare and insomnia card, but there's some, you know, the 9 of swords is about 9 is the hermit's journey, and it's about looking inward and questioning things and um we've got the 10 of pentacles here too, and you know it just seems here, and let me just throw this out here too, because you got the 2 of wands. The energy I feel coming up here, I feel like I don't know if they were interested in someone else. It's like there was 2 of these, attractions they had. Excuse me. And, I feel like it didn't work out well, like they pursued another person, and it didn't go well, and it ignited these old feelings and thoughts about you because, it's like there's this comparison or I'm so sorry, let me just take a sip here. Got a tickle in my throat. All right. I think it's gone. But yeah, and maybe that just has to do with the throat chakra in this because that came out of nowhere. That these fears that they feel like they can't speak up, they can't, you know, share these fears and but it is definitely about around relationship in that. So I just feel like they, because something else didn't work out and then, it you know, triggered the memories and triggering, well, I wonder what you're doing, and it's like I don't want to be second choice, but I don't feel like you were second choice. I feel like maybe were you first choice and then they went and maybe I mean, did you reject them and then they went and then they're coming back going, I wish I could be with you. But I this is interesting energy that's coming in regarding them, but I just don't see bright light around that for you is a way to say it. It's like, you might want to bypass this one. All right. So hopefully that helps, Alice. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. And then let's see here. We did that one. We did that one. All right. And I see. Okay, you asked a question down there, so we'll do that down there. We did that one. All right. And that one and that one. All right. So Debbie, you are up, and then Carmel Damon, you'll be up after that, and then Selma, you're out. So we're making our way down the list here. All right. So Debbie, you got an unexpected job offer recently. All right. So will you be able to do well in this company? And what do we think of the place? You feel nervous? Okay. I don't blame you. Let's take a look here. All right. All right. So will you be able to do well in the company? And what energy do they want you to know about this place? What are you scared of? What are you scared? What are you scared of? Yeah, I feel like with the 7 of Cups that this company will give you a lot of opportunities. I feel like this 7 of Cups normally is like emotional confusion, blah, blah, blah. Can mean a lot of things. But I feel like for you, it's like it opens up like I feel like there's like, different departments and different positions and they offer a lot of variety, I feel in this job. So I feel like you'll be able to do well there. So, so I like that. And then, the what do we think of the place? You have the strength card here, and you've got the lion here, and the this is your higher self. This is your human self, your higher self. So I feel like the environment Not that you need strength and courage for it. You're like, "Oh my god, what kind of place is this?" But I like this nervousness that you get the strength card, and they're like, it allows you to really show your strengths. It really allows you to shine. So I really like this for you here, Debbie. I just feel like there's this, um, you're not limited, you're not suppressed, you're not kept small. There's so many opportunities that you grow by leaps and bounds with this company. So I like it. It feels like there's a lot of opportunity here for you. So uh, there's nothing to be afraid of there, right? So that is what's coming in there for you. So many blessings, Debbie. Go for it. Go for it. All right. Ultimately, you have to decide for you, but I feel like Spirit is saying go for it. All right. So that was that. We did that one. We did those. All right. And then, all right. So we got Carmel Damon, 24. So you want to know DL's current feelings and intentions towards you. All right. Let's take a look here. See what their current feelings and intentions are towards you. All right. You know, I'm not getting a good feeling about them with these combination of these two cards. The Five of Wands is about conflicting energy. Seven of Swords is about deceit and deceitful thoughts and beliefs, and um, they've got a lot of this going internally inside of them. They got a lot of demons, not demons, but demons. With this Five of Wands, I just feel like they got a lot of internal struggle. And the Seven of Swords, they've got a lot of deceitful thoughts about them own selves. But I feel like this deceit and this conflict it moves outside of them. So it just feels very, I don't know. If you feel like there's a block here on the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Wands. I do feel like your spirit team is trying to kind of keep them, away from you in a way. I just don't feel like this is a good energy for you. So the feelings, it feels very conflicting. Um, it, the intentions feel false. You know, like their true intentions, I don't feel like they even know. I just feel like, they have so much deceit in their mind and so much conflicting energy that I don't feel like they know what they want, and so they're pretending, um and they're just trying to get through their own struggles. And so it feels more so like they'll try to use you to feel better about themselves. That's the kind of energy I feel. It's like bleh, bleh, blah, 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 blah. We're gonna have to do some sage. But so that's what's coming in there, Carmel. Hopefully that gives you some insight anyway. But it has a lot of stuff going on inside of them. It's not related to you. It's just related to they can't see past their own selves right now. So that's what's coming in for you, Carmel. I know. Many blessings. Try to hang in there. And then Samya Rao, you are up. So you want to know what next job field will be your career, and when do you see you getting a job offer? All right, let's take a look here and see what little tidbit that they're willing to give you here. It's always a scavenger hunt, when we're looking for a career in our journey. So that's the career field that they'll give you advice on, and anything about when. All right, this one here. All right. So, you have here with the Six of Swords, I feel like it is definitely a type of, it's either a communication type of job or something to do with intelligence, um, with all of this here. And it could be overseas with the Six of Swords because they do travel across water. So I do feel like there might be this job field that either allows you to travel if that's what you're looking for, or you travel to obtain it and to be able to be in that field. But I do feel, it feels like I don't know if you're looking into IT. Just those all of those swords suddenly showed up as T's for me. Like, oh, look at all these options and IT, the T, IT, right? Um, but and then as far as the when, you've got the two of wands here, which says that it's has to do with your energy, because if you're focusing on fears and wanting and missing and lower vibrational, it slows things down and it keeps things away. But when we start focusing on gratitude and higher vibrational energies, it brings in things sooner. So they're saying with the two of wands, the timing is all up to you, about where you're investing your energy and and what comes in that way. So that's what's coming in there. So hopefully that helps, a little bit there. And I know there's so many options in the outside world. There's no wrong choice. Careers are how we uniquely want to express the passion in our heart with the world. So, a job is to create money to live towards our dream. So, otherwise we feel like we're existing. So if we have a job, there's always, but I'm working towards my dream. Otherwise we just are like, you know, that comes in there. All right. So that's what they have for you, Samya. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Right, and then Tia, right? And then Shanna, hiya, hiya. See, that guest question. When will you find a suitable house and move? All right, let's take a look here. See if what spirit gives here. Let me just shuffle these up here. You're welcome, Carmel. Hey, Cassidy, I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. See, sorry if I missed anyone else here. Hey, Alice, you're welcome. Hey, Jennifer, Dominique, Kelsey, Delia. All right, so let's take a look here, Shanna. Um, when will you find a suitable house and move? All right. What do they want you to know here? When? Oh, when. All right. So we do have here, you've got the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Swords, and then you shall also have here the Knight of Cups. So I do find here that, the when here with the Queen of Wands, it's all about your energy, it's all about your choices, and the Ace of Swords is about, understanding and gaining clarity about around what you want, like what is a suitable house, and really finding out, with this Knight of Cups, what matters to your heart, not so much to the mind, more to the heart. Let the heart have a seat at the table here. And I feel like that part of what is maybe if you've been having a struggle, finding somewhere, it's because of the energy that's coming in with the Queen of Wands, where your heart wants one thing and your mind wants another thing, and it's sending out this vibrational energy of confusion. And it's like we're focusing on missing something, wanting something, and our energy is telling the universe, I enjoy wanting but not having. I enjoy, you know, um, you know, um, that process, but I don't like receiving. So we're in this loop. So I feel like if we gain clarity around, okay, let's balance the heart and the mind, not make it all logical and not make it all, I love this, but then we choose a house that's, falling apart and it's gonna, fall down on us. That's not good either, right? So there's a good balance between heart and mind. And then with this Queen of Wands, as soon as you start having gratitude for, that there, for where you're living, for the things you've loved in places that you've lived, focus on the gratitude of home, and that the perfect home is being brought to you, and put it in spirit's hands when we're not wanting, because when we're wanting, it pushes it away. when we have gratitude, it draws it to us, right? So it has to do with your change of energy, and it can happen very fast. Like you could find something here in the next 2 weeks by the end of April if we really start this gratitude and start looking and even getting like a journal or something, writing down all the things I loved at all the residences that I've lived in the past, and gratitude for the things that you would like to have. Like, what does your heart want? What would your mind want? And finding this beautiful balance between the two. I feel like when that clarity comes in and with that change of energy, things happen pretty quick for you. So that's what's coming in for you, Shayna. So many blessings to you. All right. Thank you so much, Nelia. I'm gonna put everyone to sleep. You are a chicken. You are a chicken, right? Gonna hypnotize everyone with my soothe voice. All right. Let's take a look here. So we did that one. We did that one. We did that one. All right. So that'll be the next free win there. Yep, absolutely. I do see that, Jennifer. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love and a like. So you are up here. I was just trying to find out when the next free one was here so that I could jump back to it. And here's your question. So you'd like to ask, will you be in your new living situation in May? All right. Let's take a look here and find out here. All right. So will you be in your new situation? Oh, okay. In May. All right. What do we have here? Hmm. You know, I feel like there is possibilities with it here. It's just some interesting energies because you've got the moon card, which is this the some unknown things being revealed, and you've got the king of swords, who is, of course, rules over thought and belief and mindset and wisdom and clarity. I just feel like there's clarity that comes in here. At the bottom of the deck, you have the seven of swords, which is about, becoming aware of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that deceive us and take us in directions here. I just feel like there's, whatever this unknown is in here changes things. I'm gonna get a clarification deck here. I'm just curious. Like, what is this about? What is this hidden and unknown? And is that a yes or a no? I feel like it. They're giving us a it depends card. So we have the magician. So we do have the power and the energy. So that's the possibilities, right? And we have the seven of wands. So another seven. The seven of wands does have to do with standing your ground and going for what you want in here and not what you settle for, kind of energy, if that makes sense. Let's see here. Here, the king of coins, the king of pentacles. So this is they do rule over home. In fact, they're in a little home right there, and the outside world. So I feel like, there's this clarity that does need to come. I feel like trust, the what bubbles up here with your intuition and with your inklings, your spidey sense. Trust that, and ask questions, gain some clarity. This is like a deceit card. So it can be, trying to be aware of some, deceit that may be out there. But I feel like that, you don't have to bow down, you don't have to defend yourself, you don't have to wait on others. I just feel like, with all this powerful energy of the king of pentacles, the magician, those two alone, very masculine energy of, I'm taking charge, right? And the 7 of Wands too is this energy of, I am the sun, I do not dim my light for anyone. I shine and I don't ask permission to shine. So I feel like that there's some stuff that needs to be worked out here before you move in May. Um, that maybe alters your course, if that makes sense. I just feel like I don't know, is your gut telling you things? I just feel like they're saying, trust your gut, trust your gut. Yeah. Close your eyes and open your heart and see what comes to you, right? Because I feel like there's just something a little off and they're not telling me what it is, but I feel like you know what it is. Yeah, you have the 8 of Pentacles. So there is, movement in the outside world. That's one of the things. So I feel like you move. Maybe you move to a different place. I don't know. You have no clue. Yeah. Because in the bottom of the deck, when I reshuffled for this, it feels like there's a new birth, a new place, a new adventure, a new place to go that, 10 of Cups makes you feel more happy, makes you feel more full. And then, with the Knight of Wands too, that it moves fast, So I don't know. I feel like you move in May, but I kind of feel like it's not the place that you're thinking of. I just feel like there's some shenanigans going on somewhere with all of these cards coming up here that it's just kind of, and I feel like if your spidey sense hasn't gone off yet, I feel like it will, where you're like, something doesn't feel right, and I feel like, maybe continue to pursue that, but in the meantime, also look for plan B. And because I feel like you're going to end up going to plan B, if that makes sense. So, but yeah, I definitely feel like you move in May, but I feel like you maybe don't move to where you think you're going to move. I think there's a plan B comes in and you're like, okay, there we go. Let's go here, you know, something that feels more joyful and makes you feel more at ease in your heart, if that makes sense. Right. So that's what they have for you, Jennifer. Sorry that I'm like, I'm just telling you what they're saying, but um, maybe it'll become clearer here in the next couple of days, and you'll be like, "Oh, that's what we were talking about." So yeah, absolutely. Hang in there. Enjoy that. All right. So many blessings to you. Breathing meditations for moving. I'm ready to see results. Yeah, keep on keeping on. You know, and with the magician card too, when we're looking at where we're investing our energy and that too, when we're focusing on wanting, it's something that really came we were reading in my praying mantis session. I think it was The Power of Now. Maybe it was another book, but it was all about wanting, and that when we focus on wanting something, we're taught that with kind of manifestation, focus on what you're wanting. But they were like, when you focus on wanting, we tell the universe, I enjoy wanting but not getting. So when we change our energy from wanting to gratitude and joy and laughter and all that, it tends to move things. And like gratitude, like especially if it's around living somewhere, it's like writing down what I'm grateful for of where I'm currently living, where I've lived. We start to focus on the positive gratitude things, then that tells the universe, oh, you enjoy um, being grateful for where you're living. So I'm going to bring you somewhere that you're grateful for living. So yeah. And something you can do too that helps me if it resonates is I take my phone. And whenever I want to change something or I want to make sure my energy is attracting what I'm wanting, I'll put a silent, vibrating alarm on my phone that, you know, uh, brings me back to focusing on gratitude, 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 and then that moves things like that too. So And as you know, how long it takes, sometimes I do it every half hour, and sometimes usually every hour. But if it's something that I'm like, I keep getting dragged into the fear and the lower vibration, I set it for every half hour because it's like, okay, let me come back, let me come back, let me come back, because we get drawn out that way, pretty easy, right? Yeah, absolutely. Sounds good. All right, Jennifer, hang in there. All right, Maria, thank you so much for the PayPal donation. I see that here, so thank you for that. Yes, yeah, absolutely. You're welcome. So let's see here. So you want to know, has D thought of replying back or reaching out to you? What's the thing he likes the most in you? Anything else you can see? Okay, sure. Let's take a look here. I can tell. It's like he may be wanting to go slow, but you're like, I want everything. All right, let's take a look here. So, has he thought of replying back or reaching out to you with the text that you send, right? And then, what's the thing he likes most about you? And then, anything else that Spirit wants you to know? All right. Yeah, I mean, as far as replying back or reaching out to you, we have the Six of Pentacles, which is reciprocation, balancing, giving and receiving. So I do feel like they are looking to do that. And the Queen of Cups is like a lot of deep emotion that's there, because the Queen of Cups rolls over emotion. All the queens are given a second portion of emotion, which has them, um, means deep emotion bubbling below the surface. So I feel like they will. What was the other question? What was the thing? Oh, what's just the thing he the thing he likes most about you is you're smart. The king, are you an air sign? King of Pentacles, they roll over the air, but with the queen, but all the kings are given a second portion. So you've got emotion, emotion, and mind, mind. So they like that. They like your mind, and I know it's like, what are they, a zombie? I don't know, but they like your perspectives. They like the way you think, you know, and they like your perspectives, um, and they like your communication. So they do like that, which is, here's we're talking about texting, right? So they do like how you like to communicate, too. So all of that. And let's see what else. Anything else that they would like you to know? All right. All right. Yeah. So got the Page of Wands. So there is, attraction that's there, So, there is that's existing there. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that nice? And, the Knight of Swords is this movement of communication. So, again, they're reiterating here that there will be communication coming here, and the Moon card. So there is a lot, you've got both the Queen of Cups and the Moon card coming in here. One, there's a lot of emotion that's below the surface that's, that there, right? And but there's also this little extra added thing. It's like past life connection energy. Did we already talk about that with you? Um I feel like I've mentioned this before, but I think it might have been a different reading, but I do so many on the weekends. I'm like, this sounds familiar. But I do feel like there are these strong connections with the moon and with the Queen of Cups. There's a lot of, past life. Yeah. So, I feel like there's a lot of that connection, that lot of, this is confirmed here too, that, allowing that to flow and allowing that to come in there too. And of course, if you do want any past life information, I do offer past life readings if you're interested. They're listed in the description box of the video if you ever want to go that direction. And you've got the Queen of Wands here too, which is this, um, powerful energy that comes in and, you know, is this, I don't know, it's a spiritual connection, and so I just feel like there's so much with all of these all of these royals. I mean, really, oh my gosh, I just you've got you got two queens, a king, and a knight and a page. I mean, you've got a whole kingdom going on here with all of these interactions. It just feels like that you guys are like, I don't know, like you play a bunch of different roles with each other, which is cool. And I feel like this does kind of zero back into the past life kind of things where you're able to, you know, see different pieces of different sides of each other. Sometimes, you're playing you know, the nurturer. Sometimes they play the nurturer. Other times, you're the clown. Other times they're the clown. There's just all these different aspects of that you it's almost feels like you know, uh Geminis are the split personality of the zodiac. Aquarius is the multiple personality of the zodiac. I'm Aquarius, which is that's where they're showing me is like you know, you can play all these different roles and you guys can, it's just like you're very fluid with all of that too. It's like, "Oh, you can be the clown now. I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna be the organizer. You be the clown." Um, oh, was it late in January? January 20th, 21st? But it's still we all have Aquarius, in our we have everything within our chart. But we definitely have that. So I like it. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now. Yeah, if it's late January, but it doesn't, he could be Aquarian, it could be Capricorn or Aquarius, could be on the cusp, but he could have a bunch of planets in Aquarius too. So that's the whole thing is the sun sign is the CEO, but there's a bunch of department heads that influence our life with all the different planets. So it's really interesting. Everyone's a different soup. But regardless, I feel like it's more the energy of past life energies that you guys are just very fluid and changing who you're being. It's like I'm always the clown. No, I'm a clown in the moment, but then you can be the clown in the next moment. You're the organizer now, but I can be the organizer in the next moment. I can be the one leading and I'm the one going with where you're leading. And another moment, I'm the one leading and you're following me. I just feel like it's very, you know, just you guys are easygoing and you're very fluid, is what I feel. So that's what they want you to know right now, Maria. I'm excited for you. I know you're like, more, more. All right. So let's jump in here. Yeah, very cool. I love it. All right. So let's see here. I'm going to be on for about, yeah, it is 8 that I go. So about 20 more minutes. So let me get through some few more readings here. So Deepti Tawari, you were up next for the next free reading, and you're asking here how your husband Vinay, no contact, is going to handle your relationship in terms of coming together. All right, let's take a look here. See what does Spirit want you to know around this, around the relationship. All right, how is he going to handle this? Yeah, they're kind of undecided right now. They're at like a fork in the road here. On one side, they've got this 3 of Pentacles, which is, they're wanting to be true to their authentic self. They want to like be able to express themselves, be themselves. And on the other hand, they do think about, reconciling and coming back, but the Eight of Swords is like they feel like they're blinded and bound and trapped with all these rules, and they feel like they can't be themselves. And so I feel like, that they are at this crossroads where they're undecided. They're just torn between, I know I want to be myself, I want to be free. But then when they think of marriage, they think, oh God, it's like a prison. In a way, it's like they feel caged, like a lion. That I don't want to be caged. I need to roam in the jungle. I need to be free to be me, not have all these rules around me. So I feel like they're still, kind of in this standing at the crossroads trying to decide because they have that desire, about I want to, work on the marriage. I want to do all this, but then they're also like, oh, but the cage, no, I want to be free, and then they're over here. So they're kind of going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with all that. So that's what they have coming through right now here for you, Deep T. So I'm sorry. I wish I had more details there for you. All right. So hang in there and much love to you. And then Dominique, Simone, hello, hello. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great Saturday too. So you want to know, why did TL ghost you on your plans tonight? You're so confused. Let's take a look here. What's going on here? All right. What is happening? What is going on with them here? So we got the Hanged Man, which they're definitely going through some sort of transformation in their life here, which they have a lot of emotional confusion coming in with the Seven of Cups too. So they either, just freaked out and flipped out, or they just forget because they got so much going on and they're going through a transformation or something like that. But I just feel like they're so confused, and they're going through this huge transformation in their life. So I don't know, did they you know did we confirm earlier today and suddenly they're not there? It just feels very, they just feel confused. It just emotionally confused, but then it feels mentally confused and tired and just totally upside down, literally with the Hanged Man. It feels like their life is upside down. So maybe they double booked and totally spaced it. I don't know. It just feels very, very odd here, but it feels like it's all about what's going on with them. I don't feel like it has anything to do with you. It just feels like, all the whatever's happening in here, it feels what's going on here. So, hopefully that helps. It just feels very confusing. All right. So that's what they got for you there. So hopefully that helps, Dominique. Many blessings to you. All right. All right. And then Kelsey Wells, you are up. And you want to know, will SM and you reunite again? Let's take a look here. All right, very good. Hang in there. Do we need to go track him down? Let's go track him down. Road trip. All right, let's take a look here. So will SM and will we guys reunite? You know, I I just feel here there's this um distance between the two of you. It's interesting because the story that I'm feeling here, the Three of Pentacles about them being true to their authentic selves is here, and they feel like someone that's been hired to do a job. If you think of a kingdom and you're the queen, and then there's this, they want to be this artist, and they feel like they're a lowly painter and you're a queen. And I just feel like there's this disconnect between them here, that they just feel like, in a way, you're out of their league, and that you're, you're a go-getter, you're very passionate, you're, very outgoing, you go, go, go. And I feel like they're more of an introvert, that like a painter, that they would want to be alone. This is the kind of energy that's coming in there. Um, so I'm not sure if, that resonates there, but it's the kind of energy I'm getting from them. And I don't feel like they feel like you can reunite, because I feel like they just feel like um they're not they're not able to meet your needs. They're not able to be who they think that you think they should be, right? They don't even, it's like you haven't said anything. You haven't been like, "You're not this, you're not that, blah, blah, blah." But in here, they have this whole story going on. "You're the queen and I'm this and I can't meet up and da 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 and I'm lowly and you're high and blah blah blah." I just feel like while they have this kind of lower self-worth feeling about them, that it's just difficult to they can't stand in the sunlight, right? You're a bright light, you shine bright, and you shouldn't dim your light for anyone, but they can't handle the heat, and that's why they need to, um, they're like, you know, what was the old Beaches, the movie? It must have been cold there in my shadow, you know? That's what I hear, this sad song playing. Oh, it's like, okay, I just don't feel like the reunion is there, because they don't have that place. They don't have that, you know, energy within them at this time, if that makes sense. All right. So that's what's coming in for you. So many blessings, Kelsey. I know you deserve a king of wands, someone who can stand the heat and not burn up. All right. And then Nelia, hello, hello. So, do you see an abundance of money coming your way? If so, when? All right, let's take a look here. So, what the spirit wants you to know here: is there an abundance of money, and when? All right. You know, you have the Queen of Pentacles, so that does indicate abundance and birth, and that would come in here. The when, you've got the 10 of wands and the Lover's card. Lover's card is power of emotional choice. 10 of wands is where you're investing your energy. So the when is always, based on our energies, right? We can draw it in sooner if we start having gratitude and watching our emotional choices. Every moment is a choice of unconditional love and gratitude, higher vibrational energies that have gratitude attached to it, lower vibration, which has fear attached to it, right? And so if we're focusing on wanting, or we feel we're missing something, it pushes it further away. It slows down it coming to us. Where when we zip it the other way and have gratitude and make those emotional, mental, energetic, physical choices of gratitude, of I'm grateful for what I have now, and it's draws in those things. So the when has to do with that. And the more that you can, look at focusing on the gratitude for what is, in your life, and gratitude for what's coming, it's the staying away from wanting and missing in that, because the wanting is a loop of, oh, you want, isn't it nice to want? It's like someone going, here, would you like this? Would you like this? Would you like this? And you're like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, it's nice to want, right? They're not teasing us and playing with it. Our energy does that in our lives. So hopefully that helps, Nelia. But yeah, we're in charge of how fast things come in. So I like it. All right. So we did that one. We did that one. We did that one. Okay, and all those. All right. And Daisha, if you're still here, yeah, I think I did yours like a long time ago. You were at the top, right? Yeah, you were like probably an hour ago or so. Right, infinity is one. You want to know, how does the red, feel about you? All right, let's take a look here. I'm going to be on for about 5 or 6 more minutes. I should be able to get to, actually, I think Actually, you might be the last one. Oh, nope, VD, I see you there. All right. So, Infinity, how does red really feel about you? How do they really feel about you? Let's take a look here. All right. Well, we got the Two of Cups, so it is an important relationship. There is romantic, tendencies there. That Seven of Swords, though, they don't trust you as far as they could throw you there. There's deceitful feelings there. No, I'm just kidding. It's not like you specifically. It's around relationships. They don't trust relationships. So that's where the deceit is around. It's not you. It's around, they've had a lot of people who have lied and cheated and deceived and cheated them out of things and cheated on them and different things. So they definitely have emotion towards you there, but it's not. I don't know if they can get past this history of a lot of people, a lot of deceit, and so I don't know if they're able to truly trust, and trust is so important in a relationship. If they can't do it, then it's like, why even be in one? I don't want to be second guessed, accused, spied on, and all that. No, that's okay. You go spend time with you. So I just feel like that's what they want you to know right now. Infinity. Yay! All right. And then Vidi, Jalan, hello, hello. I do think you are it. Yeah, I did, Nelia, I sure did. Probably, I don't know, in the last half hour. It all goes by so fast for me. So, Vidi, you're the last one for this session. And you want to know, what message does your higher self have for you? All right. So, what message? Oh, right here. Boom, boom. All right. So you've got the Sun card coming in here, you got the Lovers card coming in here, and you've got the Two of Swords. So there is this messages here, of, power of emotional choice. I mean, you got the two choice cards here with the Two of Swords and the Lovers card. And I just feel like there's opportunities that are coming up here where, you know, you're what's coming to light, the sun shines bright on every area of your life and it brings in a lot of awareness. And I just feel like they want you to know that you've been really focusing in on, what am I choosing and what story am I choosing and what emotion am I choosing. And I like this. I just feel like spirit is putting a spotlight on it and allowing you to see. Do you see how things have changed? Do you see how you've transformed? If you look back a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you're just like, what has happened here, right? But I just feel like there's this great deal of empowerment, and they're encouraging you to keep doing that. Keep questioning in each moment, either making a mental story. What story am I applying to what's happening? Is it higher vibration or lower vibration? There's no wrong or right. They just bring different experiences, right? And then what emotion am I choosing to feel in this moment? Higher vibration or lower vibration? So we've got this type of awareness that comes in, and this brightness that comes in. So I like that. I feel like that's what they're wanting you to know, is celebration for how far you've come, and just encouragement to keep doing that, because you're seeing big differences in how your life is unfolding and how you're handling situations differently than you've done before. So I like that for you. All right, so that's what they have for you. All right. And that is it for night. Sorry, Johanna, I'm getting ready to head out. So, um, and I got through all of them, so I'm not going to come back on to, because I got through all the free readings down here, and I'll answer your question here, Cassidy, real quick too. Because you're asking why you get inaccurate readings when you read for yourself and you use your pendulum. What can you do to reconnect? It's a great question about reading cards and anything. When we get when we feel like we're getting inaccurate things, it's because our brains getting involved. You know, our it's sometimes it's like easy to read other people because your brain doesn't have an opinion. It doesn't have desires. It doesn't have what would you call an investment in the other people. And that's why if it's close friends or family, sometimes it can happen in the beginning. But what we do is, if we um kind of step back and um try to look at you as a third person, try to think of yourself as, you're doing a reading for a person instead of for yourself. And if you can, try to reconnect, it's like, and fears can be coming in too, that's what kind of brings a lot of static in. And if we, if we focus on raising our love vibration, doing whatever, allows us to connect to gratitude and unconditional love and joy and laughter, that higher vibration that can reconnect us. And it's like rebooting a computer, right? Why is it messing up? Well, have you tried rebooting it? Okay, let me reboot, take a step away, light candles, meditate, focus on spirit, and get out of our minds and into our hearts. Because it's when we get into here where our ego and all our little children have like this, type of thing going on. So that's what's happening. All right. So that's what they have. Hopefully that helps, Cassidy. Hey, Ashley, I'm actually headed out here in like 2 seconds. So I'll be back tomorrow morning, though. Um, Tomorrow morning, Coachella, thank you, I will check that out, at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, so that's when I'll be back next, for there. In the meantime, if you guys want to catch up on my podcast, we have a new one coming out tomorrow, and, um, the episode last week was drama and words, and a new one will come out tomorrow. We also have astrological Zenergy video. This talks about the retrogrades, how you can make the most of the Mercury retrograde and the Saturn retrograde that we're in the pre-shadow of. Also, eclipse energy. If you guys want to check that out, this talks about, we just had the solar eclipse, but it still impacts us 4 to 6 weeks at least afterwards. So this can tell you how we can still, over the next 5 weeks, make the most of the eclipse energy. There's a pick a card, of course. And then also Taurus season came out. And this came out this week. And so there's a pick a card for everyone. But if you're a Taurus sun baby, happy birthday early to you. There's also a 3-month forecast for each of you, a separate bonus. So, and I have a ton of other free content on my main page. Monday, we will be coming out with new monthly readings. I haven't done them since June of last year, but I'm back. I think I say that in there too. But so there's a great forecast in there about the energy for May, plus card reading too, where we go into depth and the overall energies, and then hitting the 4 areas of our lives with the earth, air, fire, and water, with all of our energy, our mental adventure, our emotional adventure, our physical adventure too. So be sure to check those out when they come out on Monday. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for all the thumbs up and for all the great questions. And we completed everyone in this session. So thank you again for all the love, support, and like I said, the thirst for searching after spirit. I truly am blown away and so grateful that you guys joined me here. So until I see you guys again, remember, every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or your night, wherever you're at in the world. And until I see you again, much love to you. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. I would say behave, but I know better. Have fun. See you soon. Bye, Johanna.